We want to thank everyone for joining us here for the championship game post-game press conference of the 2023 CUSA Basketball Championships presented by Total Care. We're joined by Florida Atlantic head coach Dusty May and the tournament's most valuable player, guard Elijah Martin. We'll make sure attending media here in Frisco have the ability to ask their questions first, and then we'll move to our Zoom audience. We ask that you please remain on mute until called upon, and please utilize the raised hand function to let us know that you have a question for either our head coach or student athlete. We will begin now with an opening statement from Florida Atlantic head coach Dusty May, before then opening it up to questions. Coach, whenever you're ready.
Extremely proud of once again the group effort. This team, they're a group of givers. They don't take, they serve every single day. Their work capacity, their work ethic is unmatched. And the journey we've been on, there have been so many games night after night that felt like an NCAA tournament championship game to punch your ticket because of the magnitude of the streak we were on. And so I was amazed how the pressure never fazed these guys. And once we got in between the lines, they just hooped. And they did it together. They were unselfish. They were extremely competitive. And so just really, really proud of everyone that had a hand in this, especially this guy to the left. He had an amazing performance tonight, one for the ages.
Thank you very much. We'll go ahead and open it up to the room for questions.
Elijah, what was your confidence level like? You ended the first half really hot, and then what was your confidence level going into the second half?
Just the same as every game, let the game come to me, It's been plenty of times where I finish the game with 2 points or 35 points, just letting the game come to me. Sometimes the shots don't fall, but tonight there was another case of that.
And then, Coach, talk about the defense in the second half. A team that scores or averages 82 points per game in UAB, just talk about the defense stepping up tonight.
Our guys were locked into the scouting report. They were beating us to the punch with our questions. I don't think they missed a question all day yesterday or this morning with the scout. They were focused. They were determined. And obviously when you have 5 guys that connected on the court covering for each other and playing with the 100% energy and effort, this is a result.
Coach or Elijah, conference champs, how does that sound? All year you guys have been incredibly focused at going one game at a time, one possession at a time, as you guys like to say, frame by frame. And, even when we had a 15-game winning streak, 16, 17, you're like, all right, that's good, but we just have to win our next game. So now that we've gotten this, what is this feeling like right now?
Can't describe it, honestly. You just think about the work that you put in, Hats off to UAB, they gave us a sour taste in our mouth last season, which credit to all the work we put in, we're just going to come out even harder next year, work harder, stay together, and just trust each other.
It's surreal, but knowing we have an NCAA tournament berth waiting on us, it's on to the next thing. We're a program that's focused on improvement every single day. This is a group that, as a coach, I could be 3-31 with and enjoy it every single minute because of the way they work and they try to improve every single minute of every day. For example, we had a brief shoot-around this morning, and Elijah missed some short shots around the rim last game, and he was in. As soon as we walked into the gym, he went straight to his spots and was working on the things that didn't go well, and I think he finished all of them today. So it's just how these guys work, how they prepare. It's not by accident. It's not by chance. It's a lot of elbow grease and attention to detail with these guys.
Coach, talk about 30 wins for the program, and also have you heard from Coach Knight, or do you ever stay in touch with him a little bit about this? Or?
I don't. I've heard from Pat Knight, his son, throughout the process, and I haven't looked at my phone. I'm probably going to have to throw that thing in a trash can for about a week. I apologize to everyone that I'm not going to respond to. We're going to get back late tonight. We're going to fly home in the morning, get back, and then we've got a watch party. So we're focused on the next thing, but very, very proud of where we are today. But once again, there's a lot more work still to do with this group.
30 wins, Coach.
It's a lot.
We're now going to shift to our Zoom audience. We'll start with Zachary Weinberger, and then we'll move on to Kevin Fielder. Zachary, go ahead.
Obviously, first off, congratulations, Coach. Congratulations, Elijah. This one's for Elijah, actually. You've been saying since last year how amazing this team was, how there was no ceiling for this team. I know you guys have more work to do this season, but is it sort of gratifying to kind of see all the success that you guys have had, and obviously with tonight having a conference championship? How gratifying is it that, you know, all the things that you said are pretty much coming into fruition?
Well, it's gratifying to see a group sacrifice, give, and then have success at the end of the tunnel. Even though our tunnel's we're not there yet. But we talk about a lot as a group that our sport is almost becoming individual with everything that comes with it. And these guys, there was nothing individual about what they did. They appreciated their teammates' passes, their cuts, their screens, everything that goes into having success. Elijah, immediately after getting the MVP trophy, started sharing it with his teammates. And there's no better feeling as a coach to be a part of a group this special.
Thank you. We will now go to Kevin Fielder. Kevin, go ahead.
Elijah, Dusty, Elijah, congratulations to both of you. Elijah, this was a team that was picked to finish 5th in Conference USA before the season began. To finish as the outright champions, how good does that feel, and does it sort of feel like you proved every single doubter wrong?
It feels amazing. We put in work daily. We compete daily. What's the second question, my fault?
And how does it feel to sort of prove those doubters wrong? To clinch the outright championship and book that ticket to March.
Honestly, it's really not about that. It's just hearing what they saying and just putting fuel to the fire. And just coming in, working, and just staying level-headed.
We'll now go to Richard Pereira. Richard, go ahead.
Hey, Coach. Hey, Martin. Congrats on the win and winning this conference title. This is a team, it's been 21 years since the team reached this level of March Madness, the NCAA tournament. How does it feel knowing that you're presenting this current generation of FAU fans what it's like to experience this type of success, and how are you going to approach the NCAA tournament moving forward?
Well, first of all, we're proud to represent all those players who wore a Florida Atlantic uniform before these guys and the coaches that walked the sideline. It's very difficult, very, very difficult to do what these guys just did, and a lot of building blocks and foundation has to be laid for this to happen. So we're grateful for our fan base, our student body. It was amazing to watch them rally around our guys, and it wasn't just the wins. It was the way they played, the way they carried themselves. And, it's how they were the entire season. So very, very proud.
We've got another question from Zachary. Zachary, go ahead.
Coach, listen, it feels like the past 2 games, you guys, against Western Kentucky, you guys kept, the game was pretty close for the first half. You guys struggled in the second. The game against Middle Tennessee, you guys were leading in the first half, kept it close in the second half. Again, UAB is a really, really good team, obviously, and it seemed kind of never in doubt. But even though, again, they were still trying to fight back, but you guys still kept kind of staying poised. Is it kind of gratifying to sort of see that the team was kind of, again, using the scouting reports, watching film, and kind of put on maybe the best performance of the season so far?
No, they've done that from day one. Their consistency, their longevity doing it has been, and it's just been building blocks. Like these guys, if the coaches left the room, they could prepare a scouting report that could have won this game. They have very high basketball IQ. They discuss. They're not afraid to fail. They're not afraid to be wrong. And because of that fearless approach, we were never scared to lose. We went out, laid it on the line, and believed that someone was going to make the next play or the next stop or whatever the case. So, it's just a cumulative effort. That's really all I can say.
We'll go to our final question now from Kevin. Go ahead, Kevin.
Dusty, obviously this win does clinch your spot in March, and, there probably was a chance that this spot was clinched earlier in the tournament, but to go into the tournament play with a win like this, what does it do for confidence, and how good will it feel to go into, the NCAA tournament with a win like this on your back?
I don't think it does a lot for our confidence. This group is as confident as any team I've been around. They would have been confident regardless. Sometimes the games come down to matchups, bad bounce, bad breaks, whatever the case, and you keep pushing and you keep plugging and you trust the process. And Middle Tennessee State, they've been a bad matchup for us for 2 years for whatever reason, and our guys found a way to win. They were hitting tough shots down the stretch after we had a lead, and then our guys. I do think the emotional game last night probably affected UAB quite a bit, and our guys didn't have the pressure. We felt like we were already in the tournament. We read all the prognosticators saying that we had locked up a bid, so we felt like all we had to do was focus on beating UAB, and they probably had the additional pressure of having to win this game to advance where we had already advanced into the NCAA tournament.
Thank you both very much. Congratulations again. We appreciate your time.
Thank you guys
Good
for
luck
waiting.
in the
Thank you
tournament.
guys for waiting around.
Appreciate it.